viewers, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So today I just want to do a quick video about money does not equate to happiness. Now, although having money gives you nice things in life, or it can give you nice things in life, but I feel like what we need to pay attention to is it can be really toxic. Like, I know a lot of people, especially women dating today, they're just chasing after a man who has money, but money doesn't equate to your happiness. That man could be a horrible person. We're not looking at character. We're not looking at what that person believes. We just see, oh, they work at this finest faculty. They have all this money. They have their own business, so they're a good man. That doesn't mean that they're a good man. And the same for men, for women. A lot of men may have their things together, but they're still looking for women who have their things together as well. And they think just because she's hardworking and she has money in the bank and that she's working a good job, that she's a good woman. And we have to stop that, y'all. We have to stop that toxic way of thinking. Yes, you shouldn't be working and have a career and, you know, have things built for yourself and then settle for somebody who does not have their stuff together. I'm not saying that, but to just solely make a decision on who you're willing to date, who you're willing to marry based off of how much money they have is very toxic, and it's going to be ugly for you in the end, because money is not guaranteed. As we see what just went on in the United States, lots of people lost their jobs. Lots of people have stepped down from their jobs for, you know, personal reasons, and that means that that income flow has stopped. So imagine if you marry somebody just because they have a good job and they have good money or they're hardworking, and then something like this happens again, and then they lose their job, and then they're working a regular job, what we would call regular. Maybe they're making 40, 50,000 a year versus when they were making 80, 90,000 a year or more. Is that going to make you happy? No, because you're going to lose respect for that person because you were only there anyway for their money. It's just not healthy. And then even on the flip side, if it has nothing to do with your dating life or you wanting to get married, people are being really toxic with the whole idea of chasing the bag. Let me chase the bag and see how much money I can get. Let me work my butt off in my 20s and 30s and then try to settle down in my 40s. But by then, especially for a woman trying to settle down in your 40s, I mean, it's possible, obviously, because a lot of people do get, you know, settle down 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I even had an 80-year-old couple who called my job who had said that they were newlyweds. So I'm not saying that it's not possible, but it limits your ability. Like, you don't want to just say, okay, in my 20s and my 30s, I'm just going to hustle and try to, you know, get life together, and I'm not focused on anybody. I'm not living life. I'm not taking trips. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to work hard, make all the money that I can make, and then in my 40s, 50s, and 60s, I'll travel the world and, you know, reap the fruits of my labor. That's not guaranteed, because we have young folks dying younger than 30. We have young folks who are not making it, young folks who are completely healthy, and if something happens, you know, whether it be a car accident or something else that may have happened to them, and it causes them to become disabled. Like, you just never know what's going on, and you can't just say, well, I'll be a better person, or I'll settle down and I'll stop dating around and using people for their money when I get to this age, and, you know, I'll start, you know, thinking of being a family once I'm this age, because that's not guaranteed to you. And even if you do make it to that age, it does not guarantee that that lifestyle that could have been, or that you're saying that you want, is still available. Maybe it would have been available to you in your 20s and 30s. Like, we have to remember, looks fade. So, you know, anything can happen. Like I said, anything can happen to your looks. And if you're working yourself crazy, you're getting haggard, it's going to show up on your face. You're not getting the rest that you need. You're stressing out because you're trying to get all this money. You're trying to, you know, get the bag, and, you know, it's just not healthy. And so I just think we have to think better. we have to have a different mindset of thinking when it comes to money. I think, of course, money is great because it does allow us to have nice things in life. It does allow us to get to the things more readily and more easily, like getting a house or buying a car or having kids and being able to afford them, having a nice wedding, whatever you want to do, whatever your goal is to make all this money. It is really nice, but don't equate that to happiness, because there's a lot of people, as we know in life, who have thought that money, or who we thought that they should be happy because they have a lot of money, and then they end up, taking their own lives, or they're just not happy. And they can have everything. They can have the kids, they can have the house, they can have the wife, they can have the husband, they can have the big fenced in backyard, everything, but they're just not happy. You want to know why? It's because money does not equate to happiness, one. And then two, when all you know in life is chasing money and making money the prized possession in your life, you're not going to be happy, because money can wax and wane. Like I said, the drop of a dime, that opportunity to have that income may cease, or you may be doing strong in your business right now, but your business might go through a bad time, a bad period where the income is not as strong as it used to be. Like, you just never know, and then that is going to play with your mind. You're equating your happiness, or you're relying your happiness on income and money and all these things, but you're not really living life, because money, yes, it's nice to have, but it's very fleeting. It can fleet. You can be with somebody for their money, and then they can lose their job, or they can lose their life, and then there you go, you don't have that income anymore. Like, it's so many things that we have to really take into consideration when you're thinking of something outside of yourself. Your hunger for happiness should only come from within, because you are the only one, the only thing, the only person who's going to be able to make yourself happy and to keep yourself happy. It's not money. So stop chasing people and thinking somebody's better, because like I said, when it comes to people who are dating people just solely because of the jobs that they have and the income that you may hear that they may have, stop taking that as them being, stop crediting their money to them as being someone who's amazing, somebody who's great, because there's a lot of good people out here who just have regular jobs like myself, and then there's a lot of people who have a whole lot of money, and they know that that's what everybody's chasing after. Everybody's chasing after somebody who has a good flow, a good income flow. So they treat you like crap. They cheat on you, manipulate you. They don't know how to love. They just think of, oh, I hurt your feelings. Well, let me give you some money. That'll make you better. Or, I don't really want to spend time with you because I want to chase the bag. So let me just leave you some extra shopping money and get you out of my hair, because I don't have time to settle down and to give you emotional comfort and things like that, because I want to go chase the bag. And that's another thing too, was my last point, which is, if you're chasing somebody, especially ladies, if you're chasing a man who has great income and he's a workaholic, and that's what you're starry-eyed over, you have to know that that man is not going to be able to show up in different aspects of your life. You have children. He's not going to be able to just be there to help you take care of those kids like you would like for him to, because he's a workaholic. He's working. He's not trying to focus on building a home with you. He's just focused on getting that money. And if you were to, want to spend more time with him, go on vacations and things like that, he's not going to be there like that. He's going to just look at, he's got to make that money, and you become second priority to him, if you're even on his priority list. So think about that when y'all just talking about getting somebody who's high class and who's high value and things like that. Money does not equate to happiness. I'm just telling you that now. If you're not happy within yourself, you're not going to be happy just because you're with somebody who got money, and it can turn out bad, because that person may not even love you. They just know that they're just there to buy you, and you're letting them buy you because you don't love yourself, and you're you're just stuck on the money. That's all you see. You're money struck. And again, like I said, with the other circumstances where you aren't looking for somebody who has money, you want to chase the bag yourself, you're wasting good years, where you could be enjoying friendships, enjoying hanging out, enjoying living life, making mistakes, and doing things to kind of get you ready for later in life. You can be missing out on the love of your life. You can be missing out on the opportunity to get married or whatever because you're too busy saying, my career comes first. That's all that matters to you. We're not like men in a lot of ways. It's either if we put our career first, we're chasing that career. We don't want nothing to distract us. Versus a man, in a lot of cases, they can still be chasing their careers and still have women in their life, so they can still get to that goal of getting married if that's what they want, but it's not going to be a healthy, successful marriage because your priority is money instead of that person. And then, like I said, with women, your priority is chasing the bag and making money and chasing your career, and then you lose time and you lose focus on everything else that could be happening for you in life because you're just chasing money. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's continue the conversation in the comment box below, and we will talk next time. Bye.